Alright, so we have a Honda CR-V. It's going to be the K Series 24, 2.4 liter. Now this will be kind of similar to the 2.0s, the Honda SIs. Anything with the K Series motor, it's similar in design. Now the code that I have is p1259, basically VTEC system malfunction. Now basically there could be a few of these things. Now if you don't change your oil on time, basically there's this little filter right here. I would check into that. I would check into the oil control valve. It'll throw a different code, but still always look into that screen right there. So it'll be this one right here, and that will be like a 10 millimeter. There's a bolt like right inside of there. It's pretty deep in. I think you can see it right there. So that's the bolt right there that you need to take off, and then you'll just squeeze it right out. And the same thing for this guy. There's two 10s holding that plate. There's a screen on that, so if that gets clogged, you just take off the power steering and then the tensioner bracket for that. And then there's the VTEC solenoid, obviously, that's in the back. I already took that off. That was like the first thing. Now there's going to be 3 10 millimeter bolts that are on the solenoid itself. So here's the solenoid. You're gonna have one clip that kind of goes inside the shield, and then you're gonna have 3 bolts on the bottom. Those are gonna be 10 millimeter bolts. So you'll take that off, and then basically you'll have the gasket and then the screen. Now somebody did some work onto this and they put silicone on this. I would never recommend to put silicone on this. Never on the VTEC solenoid. So as you can see, it's pretty clogged up. I'll put it to the sun so you can see. Like literally I have it in the sun and no light shining right through, or if there is, it's barely any light. So I'm just trying to get that going, see if I can get that to focus. So I mean, you can see the little light that's shining right through. So we know there's a big oil restriction in this filter and the gasket, so that would be the issue for that. Now let's say if the gasket's clean, everything else is clean. Now what you can do is either replace the oil pressure sensor, because if this is not picking up oil, it could kick it out, or the VTEC solenoid. Basically, the way how you can test this out is that you can, right here on the pin, there's a ground and a positive, or the vice versa. It doesn't really matter which way how you test it. You can put one ground on one part. Get the light right there. So yeah, so you just put the ground right there on one of those, and then you just jump the other wire with the positive, and you want to make sure you're hearing it clicking. Now you're not going to see the solenoid move at all, so don't worry about that. You just want to make sure that you see this part, that you're actually hearing it click. So you can use your battery for that. So one positive and then one negative, doesn't matter. Just make sure you put on the negative first, and then once you're doing the positive, that's going to be your live, and then that you have more control over the live action. So, and then let's see if everything else checks out fine and you're still getting the code. Now the other thing is too, because there was work done on this car, literally it's full of silicone all over the place, is that you can pull off the whole valve cover, and then right here on this cam cap right here, there's an oil on this side right here. There's a little oil passage that goes through the VTEC area that will pass oil to give it pressure. So you need to check that out and make sure that's perfectly fine, it's not clogged up. Because if that is clogged up, then that will be your issue. I think it's either for the VTEC or the oil or for the cam gear. I just can't remember off the top of my head. I would have to double check it, but pretty sure it's something with that. It's been a while since I worked on one of these, so I can't remember the diagram. But I hope this was kind of just a breakdown. Now my customer's drivability symptom, basically every time when she would shift the gear or you would kind of give it gas, it wouldn't go, and then it would kind of like it would be like it would be acting like a rev limiter, so it would be like run, and then the car would be tugging right back, or anytime it would be shifting, it would tug right back. So just go ahead and put back on your gasket and all that. So and then clear the code after you done doing that. Clear the code, and then go ahead and drive the car and make sure everything's perfectly fine. So if this video helped you out, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any questions regarding this code. And then hit that subscribe button for more upcoming videos in the future. And thanks for watching.